Hello, good evening. I'm just going to get a book. I'll be back in a second. Right, I'm back. Hi, Angela. I'll wait until a few of you have joined. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Yvonne, Sharon's mum. How are you doing? Another Valerie. Hiya. Hello, Jude. I haven't got a G&T today because I forgot to fetch it down. To tell you the truth, I think the 2 bottles that I took to Achanda, they're still in Santa's pants. So my gin is in Santa's pants. Can't have it. So I've got a beer though. I'm gonna have a beer because I'm really tired. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, it was a long day yesterday. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Pauline. I didn't get back from Achanda till about 1 o'clock this morning, and I was absolutely whacked. So I thought I'd make it a little bit easier on myself. And today we're good. Start again. Today I'm going to talk to you about making your own pattern for your pants. I've also looked online to see if there's any free patterns out there, and there's loads. So if you don't want to have a go at doing it yourself, get online, just put in pants patterns, knicker patterns, and there's quite a lot comes up. So if you don't want to have a go at yourself, there's plenty out there. I've put you on my jobby stand today. Cheers, Jude. Hi, Lynn. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of work on the desk and I want to be able to face it down. So I'll just tell you. Oh, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. You was mentioning that kit from Brother. Let's see if I can reach it. Ooh, got it. Is it this one? Is it that one? If it is, I will look into it and try and find out what it is. Now, it does have what looks like a microphone on the end, doesn't it? It feels like a metal microphone thing, but I don't think it is. And then you've got all the different ends, and you've got a spare one of those as well. So I will have a look into that and find out what it is. When you made the pouffe, did you cut the scraps for the filling in small pieces? Right, Lynn. Now, because the pouffe, I wanted it to be quite firmly stuffed, I did cut them, I would say, into maybe no bigger than maybe 12-inch pieces. I think the scraps are better for filling all the areas so that you can really densely stuff it. But because it is quite a big pouffe, or puff, however you want to call it, I do think you could actually get away with some quite big pieces in there. But saying that, a lot of my pieces were offcuts of wadding and fabrics from my quilt, the block of the month. So they were quite small, maybe long pieces, but maybe only, 3 or 4 inches wide. So I would cut them up to a certain extent, but I wouldn't cut them into tiny little scraps. Don't think it needs that at all. I think for a cushion, you'd need to cut them quite small. But I think for the puff, no, you don't really need to. And mine's been absolutely fine. I thought after a few days, maybe I'll have to restuff it and put some more in. But I haven't really found that I've had to. And I've got it in my sewing room. So sometimes if I have a minute and I sit down and watch TV for 10 minutes or so with a cuppa, I put my feet on there, and it's been brilliant. I absolutely love it. I'm going to make more, actually. I am going to make one for the house and probably for some of my kids. So hi, Hazel and Arlene. Hi, Arlene. So yeah, right. So today, like I said, I'm going to have a go at showing you how to make your own pant pattern. But I will tell you what I've been doing. The cap unscrews. Right. Did you get yours? Was you still there, Sarah? I got mine. I've been getting my U3A patchwork friend saving the scraps. Oh, I tell you something, Lynn. It uses a lot of scraps. But saying that, I do get a lot of scraps, and I've already collected about 3 bags since then for another one. So I just think it's a brilliant. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Thank you. I did enjoy doing them because I do like the little gnomes that I made, but I was very tired. It was a free gift. Yeah. Well, I got it as well, and to be honest, I just thought that it was a stylus for doing the drawings on the screen, and obviously the scissors are for applique, which I think they're brilliant scissors. But I've not used them because I've got so many others. I will give them a go, actually. They do look shaped a little bit different to my others, so I'll give them a go. You just found us. Right, I've not done anything yet. I'm just busy chatting away. I wanted to tell you, I did show you this book last week, and since then I've made 3 of the projects from it, and I'm really pleased with it. I actually thought it would have been, without wanting to blow my own trumpet, a little bit easy for my level of dressmaking, but I think it's brilliant. Hiya, Paula. Is it you? Hi, Paula. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I think it's a brilliant book. I made the cardigan. Let me see if I can find them. The pinafore did turn out rather big. That was the pinafore, so I'm going to have to alter that. Trimming in the hook. Yeah, I'm going to try that, Jude. Hiya, Dawn. I have got the duckbill scissors, but I've not tried the bent ones like that. So let me show you again, the pinafore. That is the pinafore, and I've made it, and it is absolutely huge on me. I don't know what I've done wrong, because the other ones I've used the same size pattern, and they've turned out fine. So I made the pinafore. I made the pyjamas. I absolutely love those pyjamas. I've been living in them this week. They're the pyjamas, and they fit absolutely perfectly. And I also made the, can I find it? Ah, there it is. The Bertha cardigan. And I would highly recommend anybody starting out get this book, because they are easy patterns. There's no, what I would say, unnecessary pattern pieces in there. The pieces are what you need to make that garment, and nothing else on top. Found you at last. Oh, hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Michelle. So yeah, anybody starting out, that book is fantastic. The bent ones work much better for embroidery. Oh, do they? Right. Oh, well, I'll give that a go, Sarah. I didn't know that. I shall try it. Right, another pattern I wanted to recommend this week was this one, and it was actually a free pattern. This is from Itch to Stitch. I did tell Sharon about it, so I think Sharon's got it. Evening, Patricia. Bertha was my nan's name. Oh, you've got to make it then, Lynn. You need to make the Bertha cardigan. This is the petal, Lindy petal skirt, and it's from Itch to Stitch, and it was a free pattern. Don't worry about it, Dawn. Dawn's just saying she's been watching last week's by mistake. But that's not a problem, don't worry. Whoever sent the little love hearts up, thank you. This skirt pattern has got 3 pieces, yeah. Front waistband, no, 4 pieces. Front waistband, back waistband, but I mean, you can count that as one really. Front and back, and it made up in, I would say, 15 minutes. That was doing it with the cover stitch to do the ends, but it's a lovely fitting skirt. In fact, I've got it on now. I made it to go to the studio yesterday. I don't know if you can actually see it. It's just elastic waist. You can't see the bottom. I'll show you it another time. Because I made the sweatshirt with the snowman on, I just wanted something plain on the bottom, so I made that one, and it's like I say, 15-20 minutes and it was done. So that is the Lindy petal skirt from Itch to Stitch, if anybody's wanting a nice quick easy skirt to make. I made it out of a scuba, but you could also use a Pontoroma or anything as well, something like that. Right, so that is a favourite pattern that I've been doing this week. So I did mention to you about making my own bras and pants, and these are the bra patterns that I like to use. So I'll read them out what they are. This one is the Pin Up Girls, and this is the classic bra. It goes up to 38D from a 30 AAA. It must go up more than that because I'm a double D, and I did it for me, unless I've had it a little bit bigger. Can't remember. But I've also, so that is the Pin-Up Girls one. You can get these online if you're wanting to do them, and I think that, yes, you can download them. I think they are PDFs. The one I've just got but I haven't tried yet is the Black Beauty Bra by Emerald Erin, and this goes up to 40 double D, so from a 28 up to a 40 double D. So I will give this one a go and I will let you know. There's a lot more pieces in this because it's got the partial cup as well, but that one, the Pin-Up Girls one, I love it. It's a brilliant bra pattern. So I will let you know what I think of the Emerald Erin Black Beauty Bra. But if anybody out there is wanting to have a go at bra making, then I would recommend these two. So that was those. When I decided I wanted to have a go at making my pants, I looked online, and the first one I saw was the Sew Over It. And I think it were about a £5 for the pattern. But like I said, today I've been looking, and there is quite a few out there that are free. So if you just want to have a go and use all your scraps up on, well, your scraps of jersey and stretch fabrics, then try the free ones first, or have a go at making your own. So what would you need to have a go at making your own pattern? Well, first of all, you need a pair of pants that are comfortable on you. These are ones that I've made myself, but I really do like the fit of these. So I'm going to use these to take my pattern off, even though I have got one. It's just so that, hiya Norma, how are you doing? Even though I've already got a pattern for this, it's basically to show you how you would get that pattern yourself. I've been hunting for a decent bra pattern. Yes, Valerie, it was you that I thought about. Definitely the Pin-Up Girls is a fantastic one, and I have heard a lot of good reviews about the Emerald Erin one. So if you get stuck with anything, give me a ring or Facebook or email, and I'm happy to help out if I can. Right, so we need a pair of pants that fit us. We need some dot and dash paper. Now, I get mine on a huge roll. In fact, I'll bring it over and let you see. I don't want to move you too much because I don't want the camera to get knocked. But this is the huge roll of paper that I use, and it's from Eastman Staples. So I think the website is www.eastman.co.uk, and if you've got a friend or a group of you that want to use it, it lasts you forever, basically. Each piece is, I think they're about a yard by probably a yard and a half. So you need some dot and dash paper. I'll just open mine out. I've cut off one piece for this. So you need your pants, you need your paper, and you need some basic pattern drafting tools. So I have got this one. Again, this is Eastman Staples. So if anybody's wanting to, if you can, you know it's backwards, but you'll be able to get an idea. It's eastman.co.uk. So that one's got the small scale curves on, and then I've got the French curve as well. So that's basically all I use. But what you get in a pattern, this one is the Sew Over It, is you get the 3 pieces. So you get the gusset, and you get the front and the back. Now you'll notice that the grain line is a 45-degree angle. That is so you're getting the bias cut on your fabric so that they stretch. Don't worry about it, Jill. Hiya, Vicky. I've been seeing that you've been doing your all over embroidery. Well done. So yeah, you've got your 45-degree grain line on there. Now I found that this pattern was rather big, but try it, see what you think. But if you're making your own, what I would do is, let me just clear some space, and I will just put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. So just bear with me, Ayan, while I move you down a little bit. Right, can we see there? Yeah, you can just about see. I've also got some different elastics to show you some of the different types of elastic that you can use. So I've got a pencil somewhere. Yeah, here's my pencil. So first of all, what I would do is I would start with the back, and you can see we've got the line there where the gusset comes. So I'm going to place that on some of these dot and dash pieces here, and that is actually 1, 2, 3, about 3, 4 wide. So I'm going to place a dot, how wide those pieces are. I need to move it a bit further over actually. It's very difficult to show people on camera what you're doing when they're not there. Yeah, I'm going to move it into the middle so I know I'm not going to run out of space. So I'm going to put a mark there and a mark there, and I'm going to use the dot and dashes for my reference to keeping it straight. Hiya, Anne. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to mark the top, and I can see that that comes up to about that mark there, but I'm going to allow for cutting any off if you were overlocking or anything like that. So I know the depth that I need there. Now I'm going to put my finger on the middle of the pants and hold that down. I'm going to see how far this stretches out without stretch, just to the full capacity of the elastic, without actually stretching the fabric more than if it were just loose. And I can see it needs to go to this dot here, and that would come straight down to that dot there. Now, I don't know if you can see me. Can you see okay what I'm actually doing, or do you need to be higher up? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll talk you through what I'm doing, and then I will lift it up to let you see. But basically what I've done, I'm going to draw a line down the middle. I'm using the dots and dashes on my paper, and that's going to be the centre of my pants. I'm going to draw a line at the top. Again, I'm using the dots and dashes. I like to call them hugs and kisses, because the circles are the kisses and the crosses are the, sorry, the crosses are the kisses and the circles are the hugs. That's my side there. And I'm going to draw a line at the bottom here. Right, so if I put them back on now, I can measure halfway on the pants. I don't usually have to think about doing it, because I just do it without even, you know, talking anybody through it. It's different when you start talking somebody through it. Right, you can see now I'm lining up on the central line, and that is exactly what I would have measured out. I'm going to put my finger where that is and stretch it out. That is perfect as well, apart from it's a little bit low, so I'm going to keep that going straight. Now what I need to do is I need to mark. I'm going to pull it so that that fabric's straight at the top, and I've got the curve of the leg line there. Sorry, I'm doing the back, aren't I? Not the front. Sorry, I'm doing the back. So what I'm doing is laying that down, and I'm going to follow this line here. We're going to use this as a basic block. So if you I'm glad you can see fine. If you were wanting to make them fuller legs or higher up the waist, you would use this basic pattern and alter it from this and make another pattern. This is just going to be a basic pair of pants, ones that you like, and then you take any alterations from this. So I'm just going to start doing some little marks making sure that the fabric stays as it should be if it wasn't puckered in. Just a few marks on there. Right, then what I can do is take this French curve, and you can see we've got a nice curve on that edge. If I place that onto the paper and line it up so that somewhere along that curve that lines up with the lines I've drawn, that's about right there. And I'm going to draw, not all of it, because it's going to, I need to move it up a little bit, so because that's too pronounced a curve. Right, so yeah, that is 1/2 of the back of the pants done. I hope you can see it okay. Brilliant. So what I would do then is I would cut out this half, fold it over and do the other half exactly the same. So that is the back of the pants done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this paper around and I'm going to do the gusset. So the gusset is basically, let me find it, there it is. It's these pieces inside. So you've got one on the outside and another one on the inside. That's just for hygiene. Because basically you could make your pants out of any fabric, but so long as you did your gusset in a nice cotton, then it's good, they're going to be fine to wear. So I'm going to lay that down flat, and I'm going to do a line again where that would be. And if I just do it straight, and then I can add my seam allowance on afterwards, straight where it falls, I can do one at each side for the width, and then at the back and dot at the front. The front's a little bit narrower. So when I take that off, I've got a few marks on there. I'm going to draw a line at the back and one at the front. And then I can see where that curve is there. That is the curve of the gusset. So again, if you look along this French curve, somewhere on there, that curve will fit, and it's about there. So if I draw that in there, and that's at 39, let's say. So if I turn that around and find 39 on there, round about there, that will fit at the other side. So that should be exactly the same curve. And that is then the gusset drawn. But we need to add on our seam allowance. So we don't really need the seam allowance at the sides because we're going to put elastic on, but we do at each edge. So these have got centimetres, which is what I tend to use, just about 1 centimetre. I'll add 1 centimetre on there. So I place the line here on the line that I've drawn and just drew again at the top. So I'm going to do the same at the bottom. And then just draw those lines to line up with the first ones that I did. And same on the back. So that is now our gusset with our seam allowance added on. So now what we need to do, hiya Kaylee, how's Alec, is he alright? Hope he's on the mend. Sorry for the rattling paper. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the front of the pants. Now this is a bit harder to do because when we lay that down to draw around or to draw the curve, we've got the back of the pants there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line basically down the centre. There we go. So that's my centre line. So I'm going to fold the pants in half. I'll do it this side, then maybe you can see a bit more. And I only need to go down to where the gusset is. So I'm going to draw a line where the gusset is. Again, I'm not adding on the seam allowance. He's doing really well. Appointment for stitches removing on Friday. Oh, I hope that goes all right for him, bless him. I know that can be a bit harrowing for a youngster, but he's a brave boy. I'm opening the well, not opening it out, I'm laying it down smoothing it so that it's straight onto that line, and I'm going to draw a line where that ends. I'm going to stretch it out so it's just the fabric that's stretched to where it would be naturally. Do a line and then do a line at the other end. So I'm just going to remove that, draw this line down here, the side. Again, I've not got my seam allowances on here. So I'm going to draw a line for the top. There we go. And I don't know if this is how anybody else does it, but this is how I've always done a pattern. So I'm just going to place that back on centrally again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my finger at points, lift up the fabric. I can see where my finger is, and just put a little dash there. Actually, I need a starting point. So there. Just follow it around, making sure it's all nice and straight. Put my finger and do a little dot. Move it up a little bit more. Move the fabric out of the way and do a little mark. Keep it nice and straight. There we go. So I can see now the bottom is here. And this is quite a deep curve because this is where the leg goes. So I'm going to move my ruler around until it looks like it's going to fit. If it doesn't fit all the way around, I can just do the first bit, then move the ruler to reach the next bit. About there. And then the last bit is around about. Don't want it to be too high on the leg, not for a basic pattern. You can always, so I'm going to just do it there. Because you can always alter a pattern then to have your higher legs or whatever you're wanting on it. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add a seam allowance on here. So I'm going to place the first centimetre mark on the line I drew, and add another line. I am going to add a centimetre at the top because I do like it a bit higher, and add a centimetre at the bottom as well. And then join up those marks. There we go. Right, so if you can see on here, we've now got the pants front. This is the seam allowance here and the seam allowance at the side. And I have done it about a centimetre longer because I do like it to come a bit further up the tummy. So you can see what I would do is I would cut out this part here, flip it over on that line, redraw the other side, and then you've got symmetrical pair of pants. So it's not difficult to do. And let me just put you back up so I can see you. That is the same idea for taking a pattern off most things that you need to take a pattern off. So give it a go. Let me know how you get on, because I would really like to know if this sort of thing is helpful to any of you. I'm just going to lay that down on the floor because it's a bit noisy. Right, so once you've got the pants made, this was some fabric I got from Walton's, and it's absolutely beautiful fabric, and it was £2 a metre. So have a look out for bargains on your jerseys and things like that. This has been absolutely brilliant for vests for Robin, and obviously the scraps that are left over I've been using. Also, different types of elastic, you'll need that. This is the Pico elastic. You can get this from Prim, eBay, your local haberdashery shops, things like that. So, oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Lynn. So what you would do with this, you would zigzag on the straight bit and have the little Pico edge showing, like on that one. Now, you can also get this type of elastic, which is called a fold over elastic. And how you use this, I don't know if I can show you. Let me see if I can show. I'll try and show you how you would actually use those. Let me just move my tools. Now, you are on the jobby, as I've said before, so I'm just going to put it down a little bit So it might be shaking about a bit. Come on. Oops. That's a bit wonky. You don't want to be on the wonk, do you? Right, let's see if that works. So it might move as I'm sewing, but we'll see what we can do. So I've got some jersey here. Just some I bought for vests for Robin. I've got my futon, which has got a clear view and it's got a wide opening for my zigzag. So I'm going to do quite a deep zigzag. It's round about 6 by 2.4. Just move all my pattern pieces out of the way. So if you were doing this fold over elastic, it's got like a dull side and a shiny side. You can basically use either. But if you look down the middle, you can see it's got a line of stitches. Thank you, Ellie. You made that look easy. Not sure mine would come out okay. Give it a try, because once you've got the pattern, you can adjust it to then suit you for your fit and your size, how you want them. So can you see the little line in the middle? That's basically the halfway. So that folds over and you basically zigzag it. Now you could try and zigzag it all in one go. I would find it easier to lay one side on the jersey and do a zigzag on here and then flip it over. So let's see what that looks like. Apologies if you're moving about a bit on the tripod. Have I got any thread in there? Have I yet? This is from studio yesterday. Oops, I've got... It is embroidery thread, so I'm not sure what this is going to stitch like, but we shall see. I was using it for ruler work last night. So I've got my shiny side down, so that when I flip it over, it'll be right side up. I'm going to just pull the elastic as I'm stitching. Actually, get it stitching first. That might be a bit too big. Yeah, just reduce it a little bit. That's better. And I'm just going to stretch it just a little bit. So I'm trying to keep to one side of that line. Take that out. Right, so you can see we've got that stitched onto there. You would then flip the elastic up and over the other side. Oh, actually, I should have done it other way, shouldn't I? Well, that's one way you can use it, actually. It's working out differently. You could actually flip all that to the inside and just zigzag it. I'll show you what it'll look like. It will actually look nice. But that's not how you're supposed to use it. I've done it the wrong way. Told you I was tired. Right. So on the right side, that's what you get. And on the wrong side, you get that lovely neat finish on the inside. How you're supposed to use it, clip that off, is put it wrong side to wrong side, like that, and still stitch on just the bottom half. Apologies for the impromptu demonstration. Right, so take that out. So now you've got the top part there. On the inside, you've got the elastic zigzagged on. But then when you fold the top part over, and you zigzag again, you've got that on both sides with the fabric encased between. that stiletto gone? Oh, it's no good, you know, going to the studio and then coming back. Vicky bought me a lovely stiletto, and I don't even know what I've done with the card of the man who did it. But if I find it, I will tell you all about it, because it's beautiful, and somebody's been making them in, I think it was Devon she got them from, but I will let you know about them. Anyway, well, I'm just folding it over the top and zigzagging as I go. So it does give a lovely, neat finish on both sides of your garment. So that's another way of using that elastic. And then your picot elastic is basically lay your fabric right side down, put your elastic with the straight edge against the straight edge of your fabric, again zigzag, but it should be a smaller zigzag, so I will just make that a little bit smaller. So that's about 3.4. Sorry, my fabric's in way. So I'm just stitching quite close to the edge, not catching that picot bit. So when I take that out, that is the wrong side and that is the right. Oh, I've done it again. Do you know, I will show you correctly. How many pairs of pants have I made? So when I flip that up, you've got the nice side on the inside. I should have placed it wrong side down. I do apologise, people. I shouldn't have done one today. I'm too tired. And you place the raw edge against the right side of your fabric. So scrap everything I've just told you and do it this way. I bet you're all shouting at me, aren't you? No, don't do it. I am shattered. I'll catch up tonight. So it's right side up, elastic, straight edge to the edge of your fabric, small zigzag. There we go. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. I've been cutting fur all day for the gnomes. So that's what it will look like at the moment. When you then flip that to the wrong side, on the right side you get the little picot elastic showing. So you just zigzag that down then to hold it. And that's the right way of doing it. But my thread's come undone now, so just thread it back up, then I can show you again properly. There we go. But it is a brilliant scrap buster for using up all your little bits of offcuts from jerseys, from t-shirts and things. You could do a bigger zigzag as well on this part. There is your finished elastic. So, right, who's going to have a go at making some pants of their own? Let's hear, come on, who's going to have a go at it? Who's going to use all the scraps up? Come on, who's going to do it? Somebody's going to have a go. Yes, Patricia's going to have a go. Well done, Patricia. I'm glad to hear it. Right, what time are we on? 20 to 8. Right, I'm going to call it an evening because I am absolutely shattered. I'm going to go and catch up because tomorrow I have got a full day of packing ahead of me yet again. Apologies for showing you all the elastics wrong, but I did correct them and do them right in the end. So thank you. If I can do the pattern. If you can't do the pattern, Jill, don't worry about it. Don't let it stop you. Sharon, you can do it. Don't let it stop you, because there's plenty of free patterns out there when all Christmas is done. Yes, we've all got a lot of sewing to do for Christmas, haven't we? But with the new lockdown rules, I think we're all going to have a bit more time for doing it. But I need far more than scraps. Oh, give up, Hayley. We'll show you my... Yeah, please do. I might have a go. No scraps, though. Well, do you know what? If you go out and buy a metre of jersey, you'll get a few pair out of that anyway. So I've had a go. It worked. Brilliant. Well done, Valerie. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. That's brilliant. Right, peoples. I'm going to unpick an old pair. That's a good idea, Vicky. Yeah, you could do that. Have a go, Stephanie. Do you know what? It's the best way of getting pants that fit you well. So yeah, I'll give it a go. Anyway, right, people, I shall see you all next week. Thank you very much for watching, and I've enjoyed being here with you tonight. I think I needed it just to get my head back in gear. So I shall see you all next week. Bye, Sharon. See you later.